friends, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me for a class today. I have got a 20-minute beginner Pilates class just for you. This one is all about abdominal strength, of course, but we're also going to get a little bit of stretching through the back of our legs and a little bit of action in our hips. So give me a like, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments below, roll out your mat, and let's get started. We'll begin standing upright today with a nice big wide stance and hands on our hips. Now I want you to think about almost pressing those feet through your mat and then drawing your inner thighs towards one another. Belly button in, top of the head high, put a big smile on your face, and then I want us to circle our hips around. Just finding a little mobility in our hips. This is a spot where we do get to hula dance, and who cares if we feel silly? And then reverse, go the opposite direction. And then walk your feet in, and I want you to pick up your knee and circle it around. And at the moment, unlike normal, I'm not too concerned with exactly what your hips are doing. We're just kind of warming ourselves up, finding a little mobility. And now this one can feel funny, but we're going to reverse that direction. So instead of going up and out, we're gonna go out and in, out and in, out and in. That does feel a little bit funky. Who cares? Again, no one's around to watch you. And then let's take that nice wide stance once more. I like to lightly turn my toes out, but if it feels better for you to be parallel, that's great too. Find a little bend in your knee and make sure the knees are tracking in line with the toes. And then let's bring our hands to the tops of our thighs and just take a little sway side to side. This might feel nice right here, and you can absolutely stay here, or you can pause, maybe bend a little deeper, and then press your left shoulder forward. Now this doesn't have to be very big whatsoever. You can keep it nice and small. You could bend a little deeper, or maybe even look over your right shoulder if that feels nice. Even though this is a little bit of a stretch, we do still want to think about belly button in, ribs together, and a nice even breath. No holding our breath even here. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, return to center. And twist to the opposite side. Right shoulder down. Maybe think of rolling that left shoulder back, looking over it if it feels good. One more big breath. Return to center and give yourself that little sway again. Take one more big inhale here. Everyone turn your toes forward and find a forward fold. You can of course softly bend the knee, but I want the top of your head reaching down towards the ground. Take a big deep inhale. Great big breath out. And then from here, all we're gonna do is come on down to our mat. So lie yourself back onto your mat and bring your feet in towards your sitting bones. Low belly in, shoulders nice and broad. Stamp down into your left foot. Take a big inhale. Lift your right foot up to a little tabletop. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift the right foot up again. Let's do 3 more right there. And as you can see, I have my hands on my hips. That's so I know that they are not moving all over the place. Unlike when we started class, I am now concerned that they are staying still. Last one, lift the knee up and stay. From here, take a great big inhale. As you exhale, tone the belly even more, broaden the shoulders, and then extend your leg up to the sky. Now, if some of us cannot straighten our leg all the time, that is perfectly fine. If you need to lower your leg down a little bit more to keep your tushy, to keep your back connecting to the mat, that's okay too. But wherever you are, I do want you to imagine reaching out of that ball and socket joint. Even if we can't lift our toe up as high as I can, even if we can't bend our knee, it's still that feeling of lengthening out through your thigh. This might feel lovely on its own, or a couple of times we could flex and point the toe. You might even want to circle the ankle around a few times, back and forth. And then once more, actively flex and stay. Hands come back to our hips, low belly up and in. Stamp deeply into your left foot. Take a big inhale. And exhale, slowly soften that foot down. Don't let your low back move away. This time stamp into your right foot. Big inhale, exhale, lift the left. Inhale, drop it down, exhale, lift the left. keep going on your own pace. Hands could be on your hips. You could take them off to the side or down by your hips as well. Whatever is working for you today is absolutely fine. It might not be the same thing as what worked good for you yesterday, and that's okay. Last one, lift up and stay. Take a breath and reach your leg all the way up to the sky, just like we talked about on our first side. It's not about exactly where the leg is placed, but keeping that stability through your torso, that feeling of reaching out of that ball and socket joint. Almost imagine that I just came up to you and I took your leg and I pulled it up to the sky. Would there be more length in your body? Maybe let's flex and point a couple of times here. Does it feel different from one side to the other? Now, I don't like to say we have good sides and bad sides. I say we have a good side and a side of opportunity. Just one side has more opportunity to grow. Circle the toe around a couple of times. Nothing big, nothing crazy. No hurry, no rush. Big inhale, exhale, pull it down, lower all the way back down to the ground. Stamp deeply into your left foot, big inhale. Exhale, lift the right foot up. Find a tabletop. Ideally, we want our knee right over our hip. If it's a little further away, a little closer, not the end of the world. Actively flex your foot. Now from here, I want you to stamp so hard down into your left foot. It's almost like you're about to lift up into a bridge, but we're not going to lift our hips. They're going to stay there. And 5 times, I want you to inhale, straighten your leg, reach it down as far low on the floor as you can without letting your hips and low back move. Exhale, pull it right back into that starting place. Inhale, reach it down and away. Exhale, pull it back up. Maybe bring your hands to your hips again to notice. Are we hula dancing? Are we letting ourselves go crazy? We want to keep our torso in place. Last time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, pull it in. Now this time I want you to straighten it out and stay. This is a hard spot to hold. If we need to lift it up a little higher so we can keep everything in place, that's okay. But from here, keep stamping down, down, down into your left foot. Take a great big inhale. As you exhale, lift your foot straight up over your hip. If you don't go up all the way, that's okay. Inhale, let it return. Turn on those belly muscles. Exhale, pull the foot up. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, press down, lift up. Last one, inhale, drop it down. Exhale, lift up, hold. Reach that foot further and further up. Find a little bit of length in your back. If you want a bit of a stretch here, keep that feeling of pressing deep into your left foot. Clasp the hands behind your leg if you can, not the end of the world if you can't. Maybe give yourself a little stretch. Ooh, doesn't that feel good after a little bit of work? Take a big inhale. Release it back to center, lower it down, stamp deeply into that right foot, so much so we could lift up into our bridge and float your left leg up. Find that nice little tabletop place, actively flex your foot, draw the ribs in. Is there any tension across your chest? We want to open, keep it broad. And then same thing to the other side. We'll straighten and extend. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, straighten and extend. Exhale, pull it up. Notice as you reach that foot out, does your right knee move at all? We want to keep it in place. It's that feeling of stamping it down so hard you can't possibly move it, just like we turn on our abdominal muscles so much. Nothing up here moves at all either. You got it. I know you look beautiful. Last one, reach that foot out. Hold it in place. Think of extending your heel further away, of opening up to the front of your hip. It's that same feeling as reaching that, that we had earlier when I said, imagine me pulling your leg out. It's that same feeling here. Stamp down so hard into your right foot. Take a big inhale. Exhale, float the foot up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, float the foot up. Inhale, lower down. Keep going at your own pace, in your own time. Maybe it's a little faster than me, maybe it's a little slower. Usually the slower we go, the harder things become, so you know what your body needs today. Last one, exhale, lift it up and stay. Just like we did on our other side, if we want a little bit of stretch, maybe clasp the hands behind your leg, maybe give it a little tug in if that feels good, but do keep your shoulders down your back. See if you can keep your nose pointing up to the sky so our spine stays so straight. Take a big inhale and bring it all the way down. Wonderful job, my friends. Let's find that feeling of keeping our low back connected to the mat while we take a big inhale. Exhale, lift the right leg up to our tabletop. Another big deep inhale. Exhale, lift the left leg up. Seal your inner thighs towards one another. If there's a little bit of space there, it's not the end of the world, but we do ideally want to draw them in, not letting our knees wing out to the side. Bring those hands down by your sides or to your hips if that works better, to give yourself some awareness. And then let's just straighten our legs right up and then bend 90 degrees right at the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, tone the tummy, bend, sealing those inner thighs towards one another the entire time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now this time I want you to straighten, stay, and actively flex both feet. Seal those inner thighs in. Imagine that you've got a tight pencil skirt on, or for my friends that don't know what wearing a pencil skirt is like, a tight rubber band around the outer rim of your thighs. And now I want you to think about pressing those heels up, squeezing those inner thighs, and then you are going to part your legs lightly out to the side like a little V. Exhale, zip them back up. Inhale, part them lightly. Exhale, zip them back up. 3 more, inhale, open, exhale, pull that belly button in, close. 2 more. Last one. Now from here, take a big breath. Exhale, bend the knees and stay. Low back hasn't moved away. Shoulders have not moved at all. From here, inhale, straighten both legs out. Exhale, tone the belly, pull them back in. Inhale, straighten, reach them out. Exhale, pull them back in. 2 more. Inhale, straighten, reach them out. Exhale, pull them back in. Last one, straighten and stay. Seal those inner thighs in. Pull that belly button up and in. Maybe move the hands either out to the sides or to the hips if that works better in your body and it's that same feeling. Inhale, open. Exhale, tone, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, tone, close. 3 more. On your own breath. Last one. Hold it right there. Take a big deep inhale. Let's pull them back into our tabletop, but slowly on a count of 5. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Tone that belly. Open up those shoulders. Let's press it out slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Big inhale. Exhale, pull it back in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is your low back moving away from the mat? Maybe lift the legs up a little higher if that's happening. That's okay. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Pull it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Take a breath. Set the feet on the floor, bring them to about hip distance apart. Broaden those shoulders, find length in your spine. Press deeply into your heels without lifting your toes. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. Find a bridge pose. Turn on that spot where your thigh and your glute connect. Open up the front of your hips. Lift the hips up just a hint higher. Take a full deep inhale. Great big breath out. And then from the sternum, roll yourself all the way down to the ground. Inhale, pick up your pelvis, return to your bridge pose. Exhale, soften all the way down. One more time, pick up your pelvis, find your bridge pose. Now, a little extra challenge. Stamp deeply into your left foot. Take a big inhale, tone the belly, lift the right leg up. Inhale, touch the toe back to the ground. Exhale, immediately lift it up. Inhale, drop it right back down. Last one, lift it up. Slowly set it down all the way. Realign the hips. Press deeply into your right foot. Same thing to the left side. Big inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, drop it down. You got it, lift. Even yourself out. Find that nice, easy movement, and of course, a nice, easy breath. Both feet on the floor, lift the hips. Take a big inhale. Exhale, roll all the way down to the ground. Now from here, give yourself a moment to prepare. We're going to lift back up into our bridge. We'll lift our right leg up, and then I want us to straighten our right leg up to the sky. It's a big one. If it's too much, that's okay. But when you're ready, let's lift up and pause. Set yourself up for success. What do you need to think about? Maybe it's that feeling of that rubber band around your knees, around your thighs, drawing your inner thighs towards one another. Maybe it's opening up through the hip. Maybe it's cinching the waist a little bit more, keeping the shoulders open, keeping the nose pointing up to the sky. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lift the right leg up. Can you extend it all the way up to the sky? See if you can point that toe. Can you press deeper into your left foot on the floor? Could you 3 times flex and point? Flex and point. Last time, flex and point. Big deep inhale. Set that foot on the floor. Realign the hips. Pause and roll down if you need to, or press down. Lift those hips, and now lift your left leg. Extend it up to the sky. Reach your hips up higher. Broaden your shoulders. Point that toe. Find that beautiful length. Pretend I am holding onto your ankle and I am helping you to reach it up to the sky. And now let's flex and point. Flex and point. Last one. Flex and point. Slowly bring it down. Realign those hips. Take a breath. Roll all the way down to the mat. Press deeply into your left foot. Send your right foot up to the sky again. Find that lovely little flex position. Maybe grab hold of the back of the leg. Roll the shoulders. Find a little stretch if it feels nice. Big deep inhale. Exhale, relax that leg. Same thing to the other side. Stamp down, lift up. Clasp and find that stretch. Big inhale. Exhale, relax. Now, float your right foot up. Keep it there. Take another breath. Float the left to meet the right. Seal those inner thighs towards one another. Hands come behind the thighs just for a moment. And now we are going to lift our head and chest up. Take a big inhale from the belly button. Curl yourself up and away. And then from here, once more, we're going to slowly reach our feet out and away. If we need to hang on to our legs, that's great. If we could reach them down by our sides, that's wonderful too. But let's go slowly like we did earlier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal those inner thighs in. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time out, and we'll stay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal those inner thighs in towards one another. Pull that belly button in. Fold a little bit more from your sternum. Actively flex your foot. It's that same thing we did before. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. 3, 2, last one. Seal the legs, point the toes. Could we do a little flutter, a little kick of our legs? Not too fast, not too slow, but still imagine that rubber band around your thighs. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Pull those legs together, bring them in. Give yourself a great big hug, a great big squeeze, and relax down. Nod the head a little. If there's any tension there, that occasionally happens. We do want to avoid it, but what can you do? We're all human. Last little thing today, reach your leg up and cross it over for a small figure 4. After all that work, We want to give our hips a little love. Belly button in. If you want to, take your right hand to the top of your right thigh and not shoving, but a light push and twist, or a light push and rotation in an external manner out and away from the middle of your body can help to open up those hips. Feel free to stay here or maybe float your left foot up. Take a breath. Big sigh out. Relax that foot down. When you're ready, unravel. Same thing to the other side. Lift that leg up, cross it up and over. Doesn't that feel nice? Both hips should be even. Small of the back still pressing down. Shoulders nice and open. And then same thing, left hand to the middle of your thigh, not our knee. No shoving it down, but a small rotation. And then possibly lifting that leg up. You can be still, you can rock a little side to side, whatever works better in your body. Eventually unravel, pull your knees into your chest, make yourself a tiny little ball, and let's rock and roll all the way up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for a class today. I certainly hope you had a lovely one. Give yourself a pat on the back. Know that you did something so good for you and be so proud of all that your body has accomplished today. I certainly hope to see you soon.